Until now, we were writing our code in index.html, index.js, style.css, and all these types of files, and we were just double clicking on them to open it in the website, or we were using the Go Live feature in Visual Studio Code. But when we use backend technologies such as PHP, we cannot directly use them as it is. We need some sort of server, some sort of environment which can help us to access the backend, access the database, and then make sure that the connection between front end, backend, and database is working smoothly. For that, we will use XAMPP. So XAMPP is a completely open source and free product by Apache in order for us to help achieving that environment. So you can download XAMPP for your system. So I will be downloading it for OS X. And once you have downloaded it, I think the procedure for all operating systems is same. So you can just click on the exe or dmg file that you have downloaded, and it will start to install it. When you install XAMPP, make sure that you are using the PHP version 7.3 because that is what I am using. So as I double click on this, a XAMPP installer window will pop up, which will help me to install different things. So XAMPP is basically a packet having a bundle having different technologies and different things bundled inside it. All right, there we go. Next, 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 next. And now the setup is ready and it is being installed. Next. Once it is installed successfully, you can click on launch XAMPP and finish. And now you can see that when you do that, you can go inside manage server and make sure that at least Apache web server is running. We are not using MySQL, so it is okay to stop that server, and also FTPD you can stop, but make sure that your Apache server is running. And then you can go to localhost, and it will take you to this XAMPP page. So if you see this page when you go to the localhost, that means XAMPP is running perfectly fine. Now if you go to the welcome page again and open application folder, you will see bunch of folders there. First thing that we want to do is we want to go into this etc and then search for this php ini file. I will double click on this to open. Now since we will be using Postgres, we want to make sure that this XAMPP or this PHP is working fine with Postgres. So I will search for PGSQL and I will make sure that these two extensions are uncommented. So you will see a semicolon in front of them. If it is there, then just remove that semicolon and make sure that your PGSQL is activated. You can just save and you can then restart your server. All right, so this is how our XAMPP is installed. Now how to put a project in it. If you go to this manager OS X, for me it is manager OS X, for you it will be some folder in a C drive. And if I look for application folder, inside htdocs you will see different folders, right? So for you it might be less numbers of folders, and then I can create a new folder. Let's say if I write testing XAMPP, all right, so testing XAMPP, and if I open this in my Visual Studio Code, then I will simply add a couple of files here. So let's say index.html, and let me add some basic HTML code in this. All right, HTML5. So basic page, this is an index.html page. Then maybe I will add one more page. I can copy paste this with, let's say, about page. All right, so about page, This is about.html. All right, and since these two files are inside this testing XAMPP folder, which is inside this htdocs folder, we can directly access it by doing something like this. So localhost / testing XAMPP, and this will open index.html page. So if you remember from our earlier videos, I said that normally in community, index.html is a main page which we want to show our user when they visit our website. So XAMPP is smart enough to locate index.html page in our website and then show us that. If I open this again here, and let's say if I change this index to index1.html, all right, and if I save this, and now if I go back to my Chrome and if I search for localhost / testing XAMPP, you will see that it will show us a directory. Since it is not able to find the index.html, it will show us all the pages available to us. So I can simply click on index1, or I can also type about HTML, and this will work. So from this point onwards, we will put our code in a XAMPP folder and then use XAMPP folder to host our code, so that we will be able to write PHP code, that means a backend code, and we will be able to connect our Postgres, our database, with our front end.